Alright, so for today's lesson, it is going to be the second half of the one we started on, what, Monday? So far we've gone for big numbers to scientific notation. This time around, we're going to go backwards. We're going to start at scientific notation and go to big numbers, which is called standard notation. So this number right here, okay, this one we just did is scientific notation. Scientific notation. The number we started with right here is called standard notation, or sometimes standard form. So we're going to go from scientific to standard. Standard form are the numbers you usually use. You're used to using those numbers. So we are going to work backwards this time around. So we're going to write the weight of an Asian elephant, which is 5.5 times 10 to the 6 grams, and we're going to write it in standard form. So, in order to do this, I am going to start by going 5.5. And remember how on our warm-up we counted how many times we moved the decimal, and that was the exponent? This exponent is 6. That means I need to move my decimal 6 times. And I just need to make sure I put it in the right direction. So this 6 is positive. Because it's positive, I'm going to be moving my decimal to the right. So this is directly or completely backwards of what we did last time. Remember last time when it was positive, my decimal went left? Well, I'm working backwards, which means if it's positive, I'm going to go to the right. So I'm going to... Yeah, because it's positive.
Yes, it's positive. Jesus, God.
Okay, enough.
Jesus.
Both of you to stop.
Okay, so I'm going to take this decimal and I'm going to go to the right 6 times. And I'm going to, you know how I kind of jumped when I counted earlier, like this, when I kind of jumped? I'm going to do that same thing. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put my decimal right here now. But you see how I've got all these empty spaces?
Yeah.
I have to fill them in. And I'm going to fill them in with zeros. So I got a 0, a 0, a 0, a 0, and a 0. So every time you jump an empty space, fill it in with a 0. So I took my decimal that started between the 5s, and I moved it over 6 times, and I filled in some zeros. And I'm almost done. I'm just going to rewrite this number so it's easy to read. So I have 5, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like this. And I'm just going to put my commas in here just to show that it's kind of a nice big number like this. And that's it. We're done. That's my final answer.
You sound like you're about to sing.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
You won't piss
It's
me
just
off,
backwards
little
what
boy.
we did on Monday and stuff. So it's not super difficult. It can be a little sneaky sometimes. So we're going to do the next one, which is the weight of an ant, which is 3.1 times 10 to the negative 3 grams. So to start with, I'm going to put down this 3.1, just like I did last time. I put down this first number here. And my exponent is a negative 3. So because it's a negative, it's backwards from last time. Because it's negative, I'm going to the left this time. So when it was positive, I moved my decimal right. When it's negative, I'm going to move it to the left. And it's backwards from last time. So you got to keep in mind, you got to make sure you're moving it the right way, because the type of number you're making is going to determine which way to move your decimal. So this is negative, it's going left. And I'm going to go left 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. That's where my decimal is going to be right there. But I've got these empty spaces, and I got to fill them in with numbers. And it's going to be filled in with the number 0. So I'm basically done, but I want to write this out so it's a lot nicer to see. So it's going to be 0.0031. Because my decimal got moved all the way over here. Or if you want to, you could do 0.0031. It doesn't matter either way. Or 0.00. Either one of those is fine. I usually don't put the 0 in front because I'm lazy and I don't like writing an extra number. But if you like that, go for it. It's not wrong.
You're not lazy, you just don't want to write it.
That makes me lazy. too. You want to be as lazy as you can while still answering the question completely. Alright, so let's practice another one, then you guys will do one. Come on. Come on, pencil. There we go. Alright, so let's look at part A right here. Part A. So it is 5.23 times 10 to the 7th. So I'm going to start by going 5.23. And my exponent on here is 7, so I got to move 7 times. And Dylan, am I going to go right or left on my decimal?
Right.
Yep, I'm going to go right 7 times.
Positive.
So, yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where my decimal is going to be. But I can't have all these empty spaces, so I got to fill them in. There and there. And I'm going to write this so it looks nice. Because even though I've basically done all the work, it's really hard to tell what my answer is. Because I got all these little jump things, and I got a weird decimal spot. And, yeah. So it's really 5, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Like this. So really, it looks like this.
Dang, Wishbone. It's a lot.
Yep. Okay, let's do part B, and then you guys will try a couple. Alright, so part B, it is 4.6 times 10 to the negative 5. So I'm going to go 4.6. And actually, hang on, let me,
Oh, wait.
I don't have space to write right there.
Oh, yeah.
Use the pencil this time. 4.6, okay. And then I have to move my decimal, and based on my exponent of negative 5, and straighten. Which way am I going to move my decimal? Left or right? Left. I'm going to say, don't listen to him. Don't for yourself. And we're going to go left because it's negative. And it's going to be 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got to fill in my empty spaces in here. Like that. And then I'm just going to write my answer so it looks nicer. So 0.000046. Alright, your guys' turn. I want you to do part C. Part C on your own. I'm going to have somebody write it on the board for us. So make sure you're doing it. Or otherwise you might look stupid on YouTube.
On YouTube.
If you finish with C early, you can do part D too. We're going to do them both.
So always have 5 zeros no matter what.
Not always 5 zeros. It depends on your exponent. So sometimes they might just happen to work out. But it's not always.
We have to do C, Golki.
Yes.
Golki. Oh God, yes.
Shut up, Dylan. I'm still here.
I'm already done. Like,
We're going negative 2 either,
No.
Boom, boom, boom.
I got you. Okay, so what are you going to start by doing?
Let's do 3.09 by 9. I'm one of those people. Like I won't.
You have to do
I'm not
C
gonna
by
write
yourself.
2.2.09. And
I think that's how you do it.
Shut up.
I want to write them as 1.
Oh, you want to go from left to right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Okay. Alright. So, let's do it. Let's do it by hand. Okay. So that's negative 4. Which means which way are we going to go?
So we go this way.
Okay, 4 times, right? So if you go over 1, put the decimal in front of the 2, how many times do you have to go over?
4
But didn't we already go 1? So how many more times? So 3 more times, right? If you have 3 more times, how many zeros will you have to put there? 3, right? So how many times that? Well, there's 1, I have 3 more to go. So do 0.000. decimals going to be right very front. Right very front. Because you did the first one, but you did the left one here. Yeah, so that's fine. That's the last one. All right, let's go do part C. I'll have somebody write it on the board for us.
Me.
Let's see. One, come on, 19. And it is
Susie.
Oh, nobody's at that desk.
It
It's
is-
right next to Keith, but it's not Keith.
Oh.
Let's go me. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh, I was close.
You're desk number 2.
How do you do that? Like, what is? How does it choose?
It just gets random numbers. All right, Jared, put your answer there for us.
I do.
The calculator chooses you.
Oh, it's. I get it now.
All right, so Jared's gonna put his final answer up here for us. So 0.0.
Come on, Jared.
0.
Oh, it shows 13 and then 2 and then
Keep it going. 0. 2. 0. 9. There you go. Nice job. All right.
I don't like that board.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's do. Has everybody finished part D, or are there people still working on? Anybody still working on D?
I'm still working on it.
All right. Well, I won't make you do it again.
So just write
So you can do it on your own. Yeah. We'll have somebody else do it on the board for
Put it
us.
on the board.
We'll see. It is number Allison.
So you'll just be doing lesson zeros?
Yep. Afterwards. Hey, go ahead. All right.
We had to do
Allison,
D,
you got this one?
D.
You can just write your answer.
We had to do both of them?
Yeah. If you have it done. If it's not done, that's fine. You just kind of follow along. So we have a.
I can't.
Which one?
Seven, 8, 9.
Bro, what is that?
I think you forgot your 3 in front.
You did a 3?
Yeah. 3.8.
Oh.
Yeah. Put your 3 in front there. There we go. Okay. Let's double check and make sure you got enough in there. It can be hard to count these sometimes. So let's see. We had to go over 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this a comma or a 0? Okay.
Yeah, it's common.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Put your
4,
stink
5,
finger away,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, it's 12?
Yeah. 11,
Okay.
12. There we go. That's okay. You just counted wrong. You did the process right. You just counted wrong, which is fine. It happens. There's a lot of zeros in there. So don't worry about it. You got the steps right, which is what I'm concerned about.
We do our exit now.
Yep. All right. So on your exit ticket, you are going to skip problems 1 and 2, and you're just going to do the 3 and 4 on here. So on your exit ticket, it will ask you to do problem 1 and 2. Just type in skip or something else in there. Because remember, I split this lesson up into 2 different days, and I didn't split up the exit tickets. So do problem 1 and 2. Your homework is actually going to be on the same paper as last time. It'll just be different numbers. So part 1 and part 2 is the same homework paper, but part 1 was the first half, part 2 is the second half, and I'll write those on there in just a second. So on the exit ticket, type in skip on question 1 and 2, and make